Let's start with Ben had an announcement he wanted to talk about.
I did. So, one of the things that we should have done on this game that we didn't to start with, that was entirely on me probably because I'm more aware of these things than other people are, is that Roll20 has a set of built-in safety tools, which is the safety deck. And if you follow my mouse on the screen, in the bottom right, there's a safety deck. And with that,
Yeah.
there are 3 cards inside. If you hit choose, it will pop up the 3 of them, which are keep going, everything is fine, everything in the scene is good. Slow down, which can also be fast forward or fade to black, which is what's going on is not something I'm super cool with, and if we could move along past it without too much detail, that would be great. And finally, red is this scene needs to stop because I'm very uncomfortable. Importantly, if you're using a safety tool and you play a red card, you don't need to explain why. You don't need to say what's bothering you. We will take a short break and we'll either rejigger or move on to the next scene. If you want to talk about what the problematic issue is, you can either with the group or with Joe, whatever you're comfortable with. But otherwise, it's a-okay to just say, I don't like it, it's not working for me, it's bringing up trauma, it's making me uncomfortable, whatever. But the card gives you the ability to do that without needing to break down and put you on the spot in the middle of the game. So, excitingly, last year, Roll20 added this as a default to every campaign. And to turn it on, you go to the little hamburger menu here. There's your collection. And under it, you will almost certainly have 2 decks that are in here already, which are the safety deck and the playing cards. And all you have to do is go from, it'll be hidden by default, and you just click show, and it shows to all players.
Very cool.
Cool.
So, simple stuff, ways to keep safe, ways to make sure everybody's having fun, and available to everybody that's doing Roll20. If you're not on Roll20 and playing in person, there are all kinds of other tools you can use, including the X card or a set of cards just like this, but in person. In the meat space!
Crazy.
Where we once played games. So,
You mean with like small plastic polyhedrons?
and little plastic or metal miniatures?
Okay, all this meat space talk is we need to move on from that.
Well, I mean, Tavis JF says Texas is high to the Yellow Ranger, so Ron, you've got all of Texas behind you.
All of Texas.
I
That's
bet I'll
a
help
lot
us
of
when we
support.
go to
Excellent.
the moon.
So, I just wanted to point that out and make sure everybody knew that it was available for everybody using Roll20. And with that, that's the only announcement I've got.
That's interesting. From a hey, let's use this digital platform that we're all on. I can also see that really helpful in like role playing situations when. Okay, so it's that thing that we call rolling the dice. If you have somebody who's sitting there rolling the dice, they're obviously bored and unengaged. But like that's kind of a cool tool of like, hey, I'm ready to move on for the next scene or something like that.
Yep.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's like the purpose of them though is different than like critiquing.
Yes,
There is a different system that is not currently in Roll20 that I just heard about called... It's called something else. We'll talk about it during the porch lag once I find it.
Yay!
Oh. Last time on Feats and Fables, our mighty heroes, after a very close encounter, were able to save Bulk and Skull from the attacks of a strange monster. After returning them to Command Center, Bulk and Skull began to shift between their current age and a younger age. After some discussion with Billy, it was determined that something very strange was going on, unsurprisingly. The heroes then experienced a vision of an entity that called herself the Mystic Mother and she told the Rangers that they would need to head to the moon to recover Goldar's sword and Rita's staff to attempt to fix whatever was wrong with reality. Let's see where the universe takes our Rangers tonight.
I really hope it's the moon.
Interesting.
I don't know that I'm ready to go to the moon. To the moon!
To the moon!
So as you are all kind of standing in the command center and, kind of reflecting on everything that's happened and kind of catching your breath and letting your brain kind of cool down a little bit from all the strangeness that's been happening over the last 15 or so minutes. You hear a kind of a screeching alarm begin to go off. And Billy says, Rangers, it looks like we have some sort of grid activity. I think you'll need to go check it out.
Kind of grid activity.
Big grid activity. Probably bring the Zords.
I think, didn't we have a similar alarm earlier when we went out to face a giant creature?
Yeah, not dissimilar.
Well, we better get in the Zords then, sounds like. I mean, wouldn't want to go out there and just face a giant enemy. Oh, God! There's a
Wait.
map.
There's multiple enemies.
Weird.
Wait
I
a
didn't sign up
minute.
for this.
No,
didn't sign up
because
for-
this is clearly just the enemy graveyard. Because
Hmm.
we've fought both of those already.
That's true. I
Yeah.
They're
Indicating-
dead.
What kind of badasses we are.
As a hero,
DED dead.
I'm most comfortable in 5-on-1 situations.
Yeah, I remember very distinctly. Everyone should go and put themselves on the south part of the map. I remember very distinctly how you definitely managed to make them both run away.
Hmm.
This sounds like trouble,
Trouble in my
Trouble!
paradise?
right?
Where should we be positioned?
South part of the map.
Any particular place?
Last 2 or 3 squares.
Last 3 squares. Got it.
Look, y'all, I'm sure this is just Joe once again wanting us to
Fight in giant robots? Dang right.
yes.
I mean, it seems like a really nice day. I assume this is a picnic that we're attending.
Yeah.
A picnic
That we're going to
costumes?
be.
look, we're
Yes.
once again we're just showing our picture or our positioning for illustrative purposes.
Exactly.
We rented a trailer, and we're dragging the Triceratops behind us.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Paige will be back in a moment, and it's all good. Okay.
I mean, you say that we can't transform
I mean,
without
you know,
her. Things might get perilous.
They might.
here's a Triceratops.
Oh, what do
It's
we
just chilling
see?
out there.
I guess is the other question.
Currently, when you arrive here, you actually don't see anything.
Oh, how odd.
Well, that's the benefit of our snappy system.
And then
Right.
everybody roll some dice for the
For-
initiatives.
What?
What?
I don't
Alright.
understand. Oh, hang on. Let me do this thing.
I was gonna say, is this one of those things where you could lead from the front?
Yeah. Can I lead from the front as a Zord?
Can you lead from the front as a sword?
Like, is that? Do I have my personal skills in Zord form?
Better yet, can we follow you to adventure?
Adventure.
Adventure!
Let me quickly check to see what it says under the actual. Follow me. Oh, blah blah blah. Beginning of any combat. Instead of rolling your. Okay, so this is any combat, which
Sure. This is a combat.
lies. Okay. So I will roll my initiative, and then all of you will do beautiful things. I'm sure. Hang on,
We always do beautiful things.
making sure I'm clicking the right icon here before I do that, though. Okay, so. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
You're a very good leader.
Hey.
An excellent leader, one might say.
Hmm. Oh, no valid token was selected. How can we live this way?
How can we live this way?
Well, you're not
Mm,
so good at the clicking.
I mean, clicking is hard.
Let's go.
Listen, we're all aware how hard the clicking is. It's fine.
It is. Just go ahead and tag me in there as a. Well, who's following me? I guess is the first question.
I mean,
we've
I think
We got our
everybody's following
D4s
you.
on the board.
Okay. Okay.
And both mechanically and in storytelling,
Yes.
I think we force Paige to follow you. And she is her mastodon is tethered to your T-Rex.
So I have a 23.
All right.
She's the Triceratops.
Triceratops, right.
I guess I'll just no.
Sure. That means I'm a 21.
Okay, there we go. Just Betty. Just.
Let me see if I can make Paige's initiative go.
What should she be? I can
no.
change it. What should she be?
I need to roll her d4. Oh my
Mm.
god. How does she mouse this way?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
It's so sensitive.
Is it?
Like
Just goes flying
it's
across the screen.
So sensitive.
Oh.
You might not know this, Ben, but when you get older, moving less is desirable.
All right. So that means she has a 20.
Okay.
She is now 20.
So she'll be 20 minus compared to Felix's 20.
Mm.
Let's see. I'm a 4, so I'm going
19.
19. Nope, that didn't update.
Well, everything seems normal here. What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Absolutely nothing.
Maybe it's just a
Say it
drill.
again.
And then there's kind of a two bright flashes
Hmm.
as kind of like emerging both from the ground. The shark and the split flower, but much taller. Some would say skyscraper size.
Who are these?
Lord.
Emerge from the
people?
ground. They look surprisingly familiar. If for those of you who don't remember, these were the last two monsters you fought, but now
How
they're
weird.
much bigger.
I totally remember
Hmm.
this. I
Zordon, we might have a problem here.
And Betty, you're up.
What do you mean? We're getting our Zordon. We don't need help.
Why
We
are they
are
so
the
far
Zords.
away?
Oh,
That's my first question. Ugh, I guess I have to get over there now. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah,
So
even
lead
my-
the charge there. It's
Look.
only 200 feet away.
Andrew,
Exactly.
this is the exciting part of the show where
Yeah.
all of the dinosaur action figures go rushing towards the enemy.
why is my Zord movement the same as my normal movement? Is my other question.
Is
good
it?
question.
Is it?
Yeah, because it moves 40
Do
on
you
on
move
the
40?
ground, and I move. Well, I think I move 40. Well, something. The Zord isn't that much faster than I am, which is my first question. Okay, so
Well-
I can turn each of these boxes is what, 5 or 10?
10.
10. Okay, so I'll make my first move here, and then I guess I'll turn my action into a move as well.
Sure.
And then I can turn my free into tiny little shuffle, little like T-Rex shuffles.
Do the shuffle.
Okay.
You do squats the rest of the way. It's fine.
Or
How many
lunges.
free actions do I have again?
What is your speed?
Speed is 4, so I get 4 of them.
You get 2.
2.
It is speed minus 2.
Okay. Oh, that's like a move, right? 2 5-foot moves is
Yes,
one
that
box.
would be one more box.
Okay, so like the T-Rex is like working its tiny hands as it slowly across this landscape. Really glad that it's not difficult terrain because this would be a whole lot more awkward. And visibly like winded once it gets 50 feet, or 90 feet.
I don't.
Say, follow me.
Can robots become winded?
I mean,
This one is.
there's probably some kind of similar effect.
Yes.
maybe.
Okay. Some sort of robot fatigue.
Mhm.
Ooh, there you go.
Generally-
Robo fatigue.
Generally, mechs overheat.
There you go.
That's true.
Mm.
There's no bodies of water for us to stand in either.
It's true. So we can launch all of our LRMs with impunity.
A Russie.
LRMs. I got I was trying to remember what the giant magnetic cannon is, but all I got was
the
like
PPC
PCP.
or the.
There we go. PPC. I said PCP, and I'm like, nope, that's insurance.
Different. Also drugs.
Also drugs. Yes.
Thank you,
all right.
thank you, Andrew.
Don't do
I'm-
drugs, kids.
I'm here for you.
Well, I would not like to be in a line with you too much, so I'm gonna go over here. And then my speed is also 4, so I'm gonna take one more step forward.
Yeah. Well, no, I remember I took that. Oh, you were 1 square ahead of me. Okay,
Yes.
that was my first mistake. Was starting from so far behind.
Well, when Joe said we could be 3 spaces forward, I was just like, I'll be the 3rd space.
Obviously, that would have been the smart move. Because
Would it though? Like,
This is
would've
like
been a choice.
the anime moment where there's like movement lines behind us, and we're trying to get to
Exactly.
the enemy.
This is gonna be great. Now that we've pushed ourselves forward, we'll totally be within range of whatever their attack is.
Basically.
Oh, yeah.
That was our first mistake.
Our first mistake was choosing to move.
Felix, why don't you show us all of your sweet moves?
Always let the enemy come to
Alright.
you.
As a
Mhm.
mighty saber-toothed tiger quadruped bot, I
Yeah.
will exercise all of my power and move in a near identical fashion to Betty.
Ooh.
I am slightly faster, but the extra 5 feet of movement I can squeeze out
Mhm.
won't be particularly helpful. But I've got my tail laser raised above my head in cat-like fashion.
Hot.
And
Wow.
next round, they better watch out, unless they, go underground again like cowards.
Just
Call
throw-
them out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Call them out now so that
Daniel-
they can't even run without feeling
Also
shame.
rush forward. Not wanting to leave any of his allies behind.
I mean,
No, Daniel, save yourself!
Never. Max.
All right. I will throw both thrusters forward as I also move a whopping 80 feet forward.
Screaming forward, some would say. Screaming forward. I'm surprised you don't have a little bit more movement. That's interesting.
I have 40 feet aerial movement.
Yeah.
Ah.
So you have air movement. So how far off the ground are you when you're doing your?
It's true.
That's a good question. How tall did you say these things were?
Like
Bigger.
30, 40 feet, 50 feet. I don't know.
this
feet
is
tall?
this is
All right.
literally the best.
I'm gonna be 100 feet off the air.
Mm.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
Cray.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
Just madness.
So split flower will go. Let's see here.
The very
Just to
low
here.
flying plane. Where are we right now? Are we in the Badlands outside of
Yes.
Angel Groves?
Yes,
Okay.
you are.
Excellent.
Nothing but totally destructible terrain all around.
Excellent.
Nothing but blue skies.
Wow.
Rossi,
High five.
the split flower's eyes will kind of glow, and a beam of energy will shoot out of them
You
towards
know,
you.
I knew
What?
I shouldn't have moved this close, but by all
I know.
means, fire away.
Didn't we have a bad time with the split fire last time
What
too?
is your evasion?
It was
My
no joke.
evasion is a 14.
14.
That's actually pretty nimble for a mastodon.
Mm.
Haha!
Very
Ah,
nice.
curses.
Wow, that thing does 4 damage.
That's
Mhm.
terrifying.
I guess we can
Mm.
tell by the damage it does to the terrain.
God, we're gonna
Yeah,
die.
the laser kind of rakes into the ground, leaving a large path to the right of Arasi as the Mastodon nimbly gets out of the way.
Well done,
Luckily,
Rossi.
these are robots. It helps a lot.
Betty gets on the radio and goes, "Don't get hit by that."
Always the steadfast leader, Betty.
Fox, do a barrel roll.
Whatever you
Something
do,
I can
don't
do
get
as
hit
a
by that
mastodon.
laser.
The shark will dive underground
Oh.
Oh
And-
no!
emerge here,
Oh,
Oh.
No!
and then
Oh.
attack Felix
Wow.
Oh no!
with its claws
Just untoward,
and
There's
with
some sort of-
edge.
not toward.
How
No.
rude!
I'm a cat. I always land on my feet.
What is
Yeah.
your toughness?
My toughness is 17. I'm made out of pure strong
So
stuff.
I would like to remind you
Uh-huh.
Yes.
that you can spend one of our 6 story points to add 5 points to your defense before this whacks you upside your head,
I'll allow it.
potentially.
Before I hit this button.
Save it for defense. Save it all for defense.
I'll spend it. I think it's worth it.
In all fairness, Andrew, Betty did just tell you not to get hit by that laser.
Yep,
That's
that's
true.
true.
So you're only following orders.
And it's kind of high risk because if we lose anybody, we can't merge. So
That is a problem.
Okay, so what does that make your defense now?
I am now a relatively respectable 22.
Me too. Excellent.
Hot.
Mm.
Ooh, that was a good
Nice.
expenditure right there.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh!
The shark kind of erupts from the ground, and for a minute, all of you who are watching, you're like, "Oh no, it's definitely got Felix," as it kind of comes down with its strange angular, like boomerang, like a functioning boomerang, spiked boomerang. But at the last moment, Felix juts to the side and kind of turns around in that kind of cat hiss position, facing Slippery Shark
Mhm.
as it strikes the ground.
That's
Ooh,
close.
Does it do that cool thing that like a falling cat does, where it's like back legs twist in one way and then its front legs twist?
And it will it will follow up with a second attack. I assume this doesn't get the defense bonus.
I believe it is against 1 attack, but I will confirm right quick.
This one also does not have edge, so that's good.
Huzzah!
I will not be spending an additional story point,
Mm.
which is good because it wouldn't have helped.
Yay! For being hit.
So it falls down and hits the ground with its spike boomerang, and then follows up with a sharp claw, which manages to catch a glancing blow on the side of your Zord. Sparks fly everywhere.
I'm still on it though.
Still in it to win it.
Right?
Oh, everybody should roll. What is it? A D6 plus 1?
And
For reasons?
why should we do that, Joe?
Yeah.
We gotta determine. We've got to determine how long it is until you can form the Megazord.
Oh.
I'm liking our numbers so far.
7 days later.
I'll roll for Paige.
Mine needs a +1 on it.
Mm.
Paige rolls good. Okay, so it looks like
12.
no, it's 3 rounds. It's the highest of the values.
Oh.
So
Okay.
3 rounds of combat before you can consider forming the Megazord.
Before we can even consider it, huh?
Yeah, because you're trying. You gotta. It's very much it's a Power Rangers thing, right? Power Rangers don't escalate combat. All right, so after 3 rounds of combat, you will be able to determine that it is a noble pursuit to summon the Megazord and not an overpowering pursuit.
Right. So if I'm understanding you correctly, Power Rangers do not escalate combat until 3 rounds of combat, in which case
No, into
Escalate.
D6 plus 1 combat rounds.
I'm just pretty sure that we are, not escalating the combat against the 2 skyscraper-sized monsters.
I feel like this is like the line from Spaceballs where they're like, good always loses because good is dumb.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Betty, you're up.
Oh, right. Well, now I have to split my attentions? What kind of world is this?
Well, you do you.
That's why you have
Hi.
2 eyeballs.
Is it though?
Yep.
Is it
science.
science? Let me see here. It's kind of That's really far. Why is it so far away? Are we using the Pythagorean theorem here, or
I believe I have the thing set up correctly. The square set up. The ruler is correct, I believe.
so hard to get to?
Well, you can get to Slippery Shark with
Yeah,
a move
I mean
plus
that's
your
all
two
I can get
freeze.
to is really the answer. So.
Andrew, there are a
Yeah.
total of 2 PhDs on this show.
Go
So
on.
yes, we're using the Pythagorean theorem.
I mean, your
I'm-
other
I'm-
option is you could.
Yeah.
Well, your reach is also 15 feet, so you could be.
Oh, I can reach
here.
over, Felix?
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, I'm doing that then.
Yeah, Felix is.
You also have
live.
2 ranged attacks.
Yeah, but I'm kind of the actually as if I'm supposed to be tanking, I'm gonna tank, so I'm gonna go up and get up in their grill
All right.
for reasons.
For
So I'm
reasons.
gonna say again
I just said for reasons.
for reasons, and then we're gonna use these here giant. I assume these are hind claws because otherwise I'm envisioning like tiny right in the eyes.
Yeah.
All
makes
right.
sense.
Striking them down. Do I have a target number?
Yeah, certainly. For Slippery Shark, your target number is 18. 18 toughness.
Excellent. I'll be like, take this as I do this wild jump with my hind claws right at him. Or her.
You got
Or
this,
them.
fam. Or
Ah!
Mm.
Just impacted on the surface.
it's a nice skill roll, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Betty feels good about herself, but not that good.
The Slippery Shark's hide is sadly made of slightly sterner stuff than that, as your
Ugh.
claws kind of skitter across its strange shark carapace.
I'm still getting used to driving this Zord around.
It's so complicated. You'd think with all these buttons and levers, it'd be really simple, but
Right? Is there like an automatic fighting button? Because I really just need that.
You know what the problem is?
What's that?
They're not steam powered.
yep.
You
All
ca-
right. I
keep saying that, Arasi.
What? It means exactly what I think it means.
I don't. Yes, it does.
I mean,
so I'm going to move
Rusty's-
closer to Split Flower with the hope that I'll be able to take its attention while the rest of you focus on Slippery Shark.
Don't
and
get dead.
I will
It'll
defend as my action.
All right. What does that do?
Ooh.
You have snags to attack me.
Excellent.
But also, don't get dead.
Don't
yeah,
get
no,
dead.
that's the great hope is that I
That-
don't get dead.
That's a order from Betty. So
Yep.
Felix,
Well-
you're up.
I'd like to point out I'm the rebellious one, so that means I'm gonna die if I feel like dying. Okay.
You can die if you want to. You can leave your friends behind.
Yeah, I can.
Your
Thank
friends
you.
don't die.
Wait,
Wow.
I
That was, like,
guess I
perfect.
don't.
All right. I will support Betty's involvement in this fight, and I'll attempt to rip off one of those offending fins with
Mm.
my teeth. But it is slippery,
So
The worst.
So slippery.
and
Slippery.
I rolled a 1, so I almost think I might have bitten Betty or something.
Hmm.
Well, here's the question. Before results are announced, do you want to spend a story point to reroll your 1?
Mm.
Otherwise, we get a story point by you fumbling.
I think we could probably use the story point.
All right.
I don't think I'll really bite Betty.
Hmm.
Just
Back
'cause
up to
that's-
6.
No, as you come in for the attack, it actually defends itself with its boomerang, and its boomerang actually glances across your carapace.
Ooh.
And it kind of leaves a sparkling trail across your hull.
No, that's probably not good.
At least it was
Fine.
sparkly.
It's probably fine. Daniel.
Yes. So I will rotate the business end of the Triceratops mech at Slippery Shark.
I can never remember which end that is.
Here's my secret cap. They're both business ends. And I will target him with the chain hurler. I need to be within 50 feet, which surely I am. Yes. All right, here we go. Wow.
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 Huh.
Y'all are rolling great tonight. I'm very impressed.
So
This Zord is on fire.
No, like literally, like it's an engine fire.
It's a bad night when I have the high roll with a 13.
Joe, I cannot target my own token for D&D.
I'll figure out why that is. Give me a second.
Yeah, no hurries.
okay. So Joe, I'm seeing Arasi going to distract Split Flower. I'm going to turn the pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl, and focus fire on the slippery shark. So I will be firing all the lasers at slippery shark using a lightning cannon. So at the beak of the pterodactyl, that ball of lightning forms, and then it laser beams out at slippery shark, like you do.
Okay,
Nice.
can you move it now, Paige?
Let's
Only
see,
one way to
not
find out.
specialized. I don't have a shift.
I can, thank you.
No problem. Okay,
Back up.
bring it, Max. I'm excited.
What could go wrong?
Do I have to spin the story point before rolling?
For what? Yes. If you're
Okay.
acting specialized, yes.
But you can reroll ones with it after the fact.
Yep.
After the fact, but I can already re-roll one. So can I? I'm gonna spend it. I'm gonna do it.
Mm.
I'm a rebel.
Don't be
I thought
scared.
that was Arasi's job.
That is.
They're
my
the
job.
rebel.
All right.
You can do it.
No, I can't.
Mm.
Yeah, the thing I was
Wow.
hoping for is that this ignores armor. So like when it hits, if it's against the armor, it's really devastating.
Mm.
But we can't roll to save our lives tonight. So
I mean,
I
literally,
welcome-
literally to save
I
our
welcome
lives.
death. I
Yeah.
embrace it.
Well, the Splitfire will walk up to Arasi and say hello.
Rossi's got this.
Enjoy your snag.
Mm.
I will enjoy my snag. I'm not specialized. What is your toughness?
21.
21. Oof,
Jeez
beefy boy.
Louise.
Chunky.
I would like
And
to
a
know how you
snack.
got there.
He's chunky.
Like, not this moment, but eventually.
Well,
The flower comes up and one of its strange pincher claws reaches out and scrapes across your hull, leaving a shower of sparks, but no damage.
aha!
Okay.
Now Slippery Shark goes. Turns to Betty and tries to hit Betty with this unusual boomerang that he has.
Let's hope you have less luck hitting us than we did hitting you.
What is your toughness?
22.
Is it possible for him to have less luck hitting us than we had to hit him? Are we into negative numbers at that point?
And then it will
Ew.
turn and attack with its claw towards Felix. What's your toughness?
My toughness is a mere 17.
Mm.
Whew, whiff, whiff.
Ooh.
Sparks fly everywhere as plate armor gets slightly less paint on it, but no actual physical damage.
Well, I knew he was going to attack me in that weird line that he drew before, so I just, dodged.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Excellent.
Hmm.
Well, Betty, this is the third round of combat.
Oh, snap. Does that mean we can start forming up?
Yeah, I
Do we
forget.
get into the third round, or is it how does it read? I don't know.
I formed the head!
I imagine it would
I form a leg.
it'd have to end, because otherwise if we all rolled ones, it could happen. Well, no, because it's +1.
It is
Yeah,
plus
That's
one.
true.
Mm.
I
don't know.
Switch over
I
to-
formed the chest.
I formed the good arm.
Actually, I formed both
Oh,
arms
no.
and the shields.
The butt.
Big old butt.
Yeah.
Gotta get that done.
Donk,
Utay.
Donk, a
donk.
donk.
Yeah, that's actually two Zords
Combination-
that have to form the Badonk Badonk.
Combination takes place at the end of that round.
It is
End that round. Okay.
Okay.
Badonkadonk.
So knowing that the moral imperative to actually form the effective fighting tools coming, Betty will try to get one more hit on the shark.
Yes, one more hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
We
many
hope.
hits do you have on
I
the
mean,
shark
she's
so
connected
far?
many times. It's just
Like
he's very beefy. He's got a lot of
Yes.
armor.
Yes. We're gonna make it happen.
Lots
I
of
swear.
sparks everywhere. It's very.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
us.
No. I like that. Target's an 18, right? Oop. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
We-
Yeah.
God, gods can bleed, or at
Wait.
least get a
Betty
little
is the
bit
most
of.
effective character on this entire battlefield.
Wait, do we
On
lose
either
the moral
side.
imperative now?
That's not a huge. That's not a huge. That's not huge.
Your claw scrapes across the chest, sparks
Yeah.
flying everywhere, and
Yeah.
the shark kind of staggers backwards onto one knee and then kind of stands back up and stares you down.
I think.
Rossi.
Betty, go ahead.
I think all of our little lights light up that were telling us we could combine. Just shut down. They're like, oh no, you got it.
Betty uses her tiny T-Rex hands to do kind of a this motion.
Zordon pops on.
We're like this.
That doesn't work with the T-Rex because it's like
Or,
this.
or does it? I will, it worked so well last time, and we need to survive until the end of this round, so I will continue to defend.
Excellent.
And I'm just going to stay in front of this flower and just huff.
Felix.
All right, following Betty's lead, I will bite in the same place. It's got to be weakened, right?
Yep.
Surely,
Yep.
surely it's weakened.
that spot right there.
If I can get
Do
this
it.
guy with my chain hurler, he'll be restrained, and that'll make it easier on him.
Hey, another story point.
Oh
Yay!
I have a special class ability that allows me to generate story points as my Zord disintegrates around me.
Oh, good.
I assume this means we're just really just winding up, right? That's what
so-
we're doing.
Again, as you kind of come in for an attack, he's able to scrape his boomerang across your hull. And as the second boomerang is scraped across your hull, Betty, you for a moment, all of a sudden you can't control your Zord, and it bites into Felix. Roll me an attack roll.
Wait, what?
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 Wow.
What?
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 You said which attack roll? Like I have many attacks.
A melee one? What are my melee options?
I mean, just claws.
Claws. Definitely claws.
So I jump up and decide just to give Felix such a kick.
Kick it. Boom, boom, boom,
What's
boom,
my target
boom,
number?
boom, boom.
17.
17. Okay, well,
Would you like to make it 22?
Yeah, just because it would be so bad for our morale.
Well, he only does 2 damage, though, unlike
Yeah.
the 11 jillion. The
I'm
flower
earning
seems
the
to deal.
story points. I'll spend them.
Alright,
Fair enough.
sounds Great.
22 it is.
Oh no!
Excellent.
Wow. Betty, the most effective person on this battlefield.
Continuing my streak.
I'm running out of.
I'm assuming that the shark, Betty's like assuming that the shark and the flower will just back off now and just let me finish us all.
Like, I didn't know that you were the Green Ranger, and you just decided to just start giving us the business.
Fighting words.
Daniel.
I'm sure Betty has a plan, right,
Well,
Betty?
I honestly don't know how to follow that shit up. All right, again, I will orient the chain hurler at Slippery Shark.
Fire away!
Nope, she's got to follow her taxes first.
Right?
Oh, so close.
So close.
So close, baby.
Do we have any ones we can re-roll in there?
No,
No.
unless you count the two ones that are
I
a
got-
part of
I got-
50-20
Yeah, I got
roll.
a 6 on my D6.
Why are you targeting an 18?
Isn't that his armor class?
That's his toughness. That's not his evasion.
Oh, I didn't know Chain Hurler went against evasion.
I would imagine that it would.
Okay, well, what's his evasion?
12.
12. Why are we trying to? We should ask questions.
You
Yes,
should.
if we should.
I would like to consider the target restrained.
Indeed.
And restrained characters are immobilized, and attack tests against them enjoy edge.
Hot.
Ooh.
Nice.
Flex.
Hot.
Flex.
Yes.
Fight smarter, not harder.
Or
Max?
or both. Fight harder and smarter. Let's do both.
Fair.
So as the chain kind of wraps around him, it kind of cinches his arms tightly, and he can't move. He's kind of struggling against it.
All right.
Also, I don't know how he gets out of that. I don't know where those rules are. So
So
wait
I'm
on suerte, amigo.
gonna come
I'm gonna roll
in
some dice. It'll be fun.
and use those restraints as a conductive conduit for my next lightning
Ooh.
cannon.
Ooh.
Joe, what does my lightning cannon, which ignores armor, target?
No, still toughness.
Oh, okay.
I'm
There'd be
impressed.
No point in then ignoring. Well, are there armors that improve evasion?
All right, so this is
There are.
18, and you
Mhm.
said I have edge.
Yes.
Yes, because he's restrained.
Okay,
Oh.
excellent.
Turning the tide
Nicely
of battle
done.
here.
2 electrical damage that ignores armor, please.
Ooh.
Done
And,
and done.
As I get to him, I'm going to pull up on the thrusters to turn my plane up into the air above Slippery Shark.
Sounds good. Oh, this flower is so angry. It's so angry to Rossi. So angry.
You ever seen the angry flower?
It is going to attempt to claw her. What's your
Ooh.
defense?
Them.
My defense is 21.
21.
Them.
They are.
Them. Yes, it is them. It is them. I apologize.
It's all good.
Ah! Once again,
Man, and it was the snag that saved me too.
the snag saves you.
Wow.
Isn't that a show? Saved by the Snag,
If it's not, it should be.
right?
Slippery Shark kind of struggles against its bonds, and I'll make some kind of roll here. Ooh, well, that's one of these.
One of those.
They
One
are.
of those.
And it kind of like flexes its tight pectorals, and the train shatter against it.
We all get a treat with the odd piscine layout of its muscles as they perform.
No.
It's very impressive. It's very impressive. And then it will attack.
Technically not
Felix.
piscine because it's elasmobranch,
Mm.
probably, but
Paige,
But
These are
abs,
science
no.
words.
Shark abs.
Paige, your science is showing.
you know, my science is often showing.
And then it claws at Felix, but sadly, due to the amount of time it took to get out of the chains, Felix is able to easily dodge out of the way.
Wait, you're telling me that's not a fish page?
Sharks are elasmobranchs.
They're distinct from fishes?
It's now
That is
the end of
correct.
the round.
They're cartilaginous rather than bony fishes.
Truth.
Let's cut this bastard open and see which one of us is right.
Are we taking advantage of our opportunity to transform into the Megazord?
Oh yeah, get that big knife out, cut this bastard
I
in
mean-
half.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Betty's already hitting the transform button, just like mashing it.
Hey, I think I got this, y'all. I take the key and I plug it into the flashy button.
Well done. I'll do that too.
Turn your
Click.
yeah. Turn your keys, everybody.
And I've done my job of earning story points for the team.
Mm-hmm. You have.
Excellent.
You have?
We're all topped up here. How are you?
Oh, poor cat.
I have lost
Oh.
control of my cat person.
We're all a Megazord now. It's fine.
We're
Yeah.
all a Megazord
It
now.
is fine.
Where do you guys want the Megazord to be? I think it's reasonable for it to be either up against the flower or against Slippery Shark.
Ooh! I was flying above Slippery Shark. Could we
Yeah.
bring the Megazord into existence with like a cool downward thrust
Crashing
through
down.
Slippery
No.
Shark?
Known as death from above.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can certainly figure out falling damage rules and apply it to your Zord, sure.
Yes, but into Slippery Shark. Slippery Shark is breaking our fall.
I see.
Sure, I can apply damage rules for falling to both you and Slippery Shark. That's no problem. I'm happy to do that.
He is so pleased to do that.
I'm in. You know what? I'm in.
I feel like we're about to have regrets, but let's do it.
I mean,
I don't know what the falling rules are like offhand.
All right. Falling damage is based upon the falling creature / object size class and the size class of the fall. So how tall were you?
I was 100 feet off the air.
Ground.
Yes, off the ground.
Off the air, yeah.
So
whichever, yeah.
Okay. So that's a Titanic size drop.
Excellent.
Uh-huh.
Now keep in mind, he's only
Go on.
50 feet off the air. So like, if he
Wow.
reaches up to catch it,
He's not going to reach up to
Doing
catch
that.
you. He has no interest in catching you.
Okay.
This is amazing.
So all right. Sorry, it's taking me a minute because I do not have all the brains.
Mm.
All right. For each size class higher than the falling creature / object is, it's 2 blunt damage. So that's a 50-foot fall, which means now we need to go look up size classes to see how
Just-
many.
Like, aren't we 50 feet tall ourselves, basically? Almost?
You guys are towering.
Mhm.
It's your size class is towering. Wait, no, I'm sorry. There it is. Yeah, towering. Towering is right.
Dragon Slayer tells us that if we're using Battletech rules, this would be a 50-50 accuracy situation.
Nice. All right, so we're towering. We are making a 50-foot fall. I had it here. I swear.
Why do we let him talk us into doing this? Is really the other question.
Y'all are
Captain
amazing.
Bad Idea Coda?
Yay!
Which looks like
great.
it's also a towering fall. So it looks like it's only 2 damage because it's the same size we are.
See, this is totally fine.
If it was a bigger fall, or if we were smaller, it would be an issue.
Okay. Is it just you just take the damage?
So unfortunately,
I'm excited.
Go on.
we really lose out in this situation.
Aw, really?
Yes, because Slippery Shark takes 2 damage, but unfortunately, falling damage calculated based on it suffers 2 blunt damage to all parts in the case of a combined megaform. So that's effectively 10 damage to us, as I recall.
Yes.
That's
This was a
amazing.
great idea, Coda.
Thanks, Coda.
But it was cool looking.
Was it though? Was it? Was it
Yes.
though?
I was impressed. Were
Hmm.
y'all not impressed?
No, not so much.
I was something alright.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Well, gravity was not our friend this time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm
to
gonna
be
give.
fair, I've never met the adventuring party where gravity was their friend.
Well, now we know that was a bad idea.
It was a bad call, Ripley.
Megazord. What you doing?
I mean, now that we're here and have suffered an incredible amount of damage a person,
I
which is-
mean, so here's the thing, though.
go on.
2 damage to each location is not that big of a deal because. Nope, it's bad.
Yep.
There's
I was
there's
wondering
no
where
way
the
that I
rest
can
of
spin
was
this.
gonna go.
Yep.
It would have taken them a few rounds to put that much damage back onto us.
Yes, but
So,
here we are. We got a
How
power
do
sword.
how do I know what I target when I hit you guys?
What do you mean?
Interesting. Well, you have like a bunch of different health pools.
Okay, so the way that damage works on Megazords
Hmm.
is that when we take damage, I had this just a minute ago. This is what I get for not playing this game in 2 weeks and also having a traumatic event that has totally scrambled my brain.
This is
All right.
why Dragon Slayer says this is why you need to be the solo green dragon Zord who falls on enemies.
All right. So in the mega form suffers damage, divide the damage equally between all combiner participants.
Okay, gotcha.
Unless the enemy takes a snag to focus on a specific part.
Okay,
Ooh.
okay, sounds good.
A Pacific part.
Oh.
Yes.
So Betty is like, all right, I got this. She's gonna back up the Megazord to take advantage of the 40-foot reach range of the Power Sword. She's gonna kickstart the Power Sword so it's blazing from hilt to tip. And then we'll be like, oh, all those hard-won story points are gonna get used in the swinging of the Power Sword.
Well, at least one is.
Yep.
Yeah. Can we use multiple? Is that an option that we
I
have?
don't believe so, but let me double check.
Like, even if you could, it would be one before and then one after to
Yeah,
reroll,
that's what it
right?
would come down to. There's not any numerical bonus. There's just the acting as if you are specialized.
Okay.
So it'll
And-
be a D8 specialized on this attack, I think.
Right. Okay. So let me hit the button. Power Sword. So it will be specialized,
Yep.
Mhm.
and then no shifts. Difficulty will
shifts.
still be 18. I assume.
Wipe the slate clean.
Yep, still 18.
Okay, and normal edge. Ah!
Hey, look at that! Look at that point we got back.
Woo!
No, it's an opportunity to use a story point.
Or
Right,
use a story
exactly.
point to reroll that one.
Yeah, fumbling on the sword is probably a real bad idea.
Yup.
Yeah.
Seems like.
I guess my other question is, do my
Wow.
normal ranger powers apply here at all?
Like which ones?
With these
I have the
dice
one-
rolls, I'm beginning to think none of our ranger powers are applying.
At any time.
I'm
Well, it's not going to
concerned.
improve things, but I could have re-rolled the 1d4, so it doesn't really. All right, so
What
what am I applying here with the story point?
You're rerolling your D20.
Okay,
Mhm.
so I'm just gonna. Here goes nothing,
You got this, fam.
says Betty. Like,
Positive vibes, positive vibes.
right? I like to
positive
imagine she actually
vibes.
buried it in the ground. It's like, oh, what? No, wait, one more time.
Mm,
Oh, that's
That is
13.
oh,
7 times better.
yep.
Radiates this incredible energy as it shoots out a beam at the Megazord. Yep, hitting, for sure.
Wow.
4 damage.
So we each take 0.6 damage,
No, it's
round it down to 0.
it's a bunch of things take 1.
Yeah, so the core body
Will-
takes 1, and then each arm and the leg that is not you takes 1.
Mm-hmm.
Will this Megazord be our coffin?
Also,
Find
thank
out
you,
about
Twitch
it.
viewers, for reminding me that it has also been 2 weeks since I have been the producer on the show, and I don't remember how anything works. But we have audio back now, so that's great.
Woo!
Hooray!
I'm just saying,
Yay!
not at 100%.
Mm.
It's okay. It's okay.
So just to recap there, ow, I think is about right.
Ow. Ow. seems
Energy
appropriate.
beam from the slippery follow all over the Megazord. It's everywhere. Lasers, electricity, massive sparks, just flying every single place in the world.
Ah! Why don't we have seatbelts in this?
Slippery Shark moves forward and attempts to strike the Megazord twice with its dangerous claws.
Don't let him make an X on you, or the damn T-Rex will bite you.
What's your evasion? I'm sorry, what's your toughness?
22, baby.
22. All right.
Do we want to? Well, it's only against one attack. Let's see how the first attack goes before we feel the need to. All right.
Goes like that.
Hey. Feeling invincible now.
Excellent.
You're a bloody Lugie. That's a mud python. So.
2 claws scrape across your chest plate, but it is too impenetrable for his claws to pierce.
Aha!
Megazord turn.
Impenetrable.
I guess my first question is,
Oh no.
does the power sword, it's once per scene, which in this world means that if I miss with it, I don't have it anymore?
Mhm.
I think that's less fun.
I mean, so I will point out your button attack on your weapon is also once per scene, and the previous ruling has been it's once per scene once you hit.
Yep.
There you
'Cause
go.
I think that's a little bit more fun, to be 100% honest.
All right, we're doing it the fun way.
Slashy, slashy.
Exactly.
I do still
Betty
like that
will.
the
Yeah?
Megazord has something called cranial lasers.
Oh, that's
That just
going.
Don't
sounds
worry.
great.
That's going next. That's
I mean,
already
it
good.
ignores
shortly.
ignores armor, which is actually probably not a terrible thing with the slippery shark.
Well,
to
the
be
only
fair.
problem is that it is a ranged attack, and we are currently in melee, so we need to move out of melee, out of
Yep.
its reach first.
True. But I could just back up, right? Just back this.
You could just back this thing up.
You could back that badonkadonk up.
Right? I
Right.
mean, we have 2 rangers assigned to badonk duty.
I
So
think we all have to make beeping noises.
Go
Hey,
on.
G-
I
Betty throws in
refuse.
reverse.
That's gonna be terrible audio.
And then
Ooh,
huh?
Betty,
Yeah? What?
Betty,
What?
I got this.
What?
Can I fire the lasers?
Go ahead.
Wait, why are we downgrading the efficacy of the weapon we're using?
I don't actually
Because
have
it
it.
'cause
ignores
it ignores
armor, and
armor?
it attacks evasion because it's a ranged attack, and we know
We
that
might
his
hit
evasion
for a
is
change.
not very good.
Let's not talk crazy talk.
All right, so this is we are doing a. But here's the thing: is that a? Do we have a skill for that? Because it says here that we only have brawn.
It's still a
And
D8
might.
skill.
It says
just
it's still
hit the
D8
button.
skill.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we have free actions. So
Oh, we can aim.
All right.
Ooh, that does. Means we can aim.
Oh, you guys move though.
That's a good point.
That's true.
Eh.
Okay, so this is gonna say lightning cannon, but don't be fooled by it.
Oh, yeah.
Are we going to be specialized for this before you press the button?
It's a good question. I
Seems like
think
a
we
good
should
choice.
be.
There's a button on the Megazord page that will let you
Do I have access to the Megazord page?
Yes,
Let's
my
find
Everyone
out.
does.
clicking on it
Oh,
with your
okay.
mouse fingers.
We got the power.
But it's. I'm only seeing a power sword button.
Yeah, just use that. It's the same.
Okay. Okay.
Also use a story point because
Done.
we need to hit.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
Sure be nice.
It's only a slight improvement to hit, but it's a large improvement to crit.
Well, I got a 15.
You
Why-
did.
Why is
Yeah,
it
but-
only a 15?
Wait, why is it a
why'd you
15?
do that?
17. I got a 17.
He
Okay.
has 17, but his evasion defense is what, a 12? We decided.
Yeah, I don't know why you put it in 18 as a defense.
Oh.
His evasion's a 12.
Because we hit
Huzzah!
ourselves.
6 energy damage.
And that is
Well,
a
no,
crit.
That's a crit.
Yeah. Oh.
That is 12 energy damage.
Hot
Oh.
dog.
Like you didn't even need that skill.
You turn,
Point.
and the point of the Megazord, a beam fires and kind of strokes a line across the chest of Slippery Shark, and huge explosion, lots of fireworks,
Oh.
and then Slippery Shark falls to the ground.
I've never done
Whoa.
that before.
See, Betty?
Wow.
I told you I got it.
I like to think though that initially when you shot it, it like went slightly to the side of Slippery Shark, and then you were like, "Oh no, adjust!" And then it like slashed across Slippery Shark.
I just imagine the cranial laser like went over here and we hit just
Mhm.
went wha-bam! Or I can just break my headset. That's cool too.
I mean, y'all, everybody knows
The things
that
I
if you
do for art.
If you turn your head while firing your cranial
good
laser,
enough.
it bends the bullet.
I
Maybe
assume.
it's not.
I assume.
Your ears still work?
I don't know.
We
Someone
might
say,
not have a
Yeah,
there we
Say
go.
something.
Opa.
Hoppa.
Well,
Excellent.
shot, team.
I learned something today
What'd you learn?
that obviously we should just use the head laser in all cases.
Well,
Yep.
it's burned out now, so
Yeah,
I
it's out of
know.
power.
You gotta unscrew the giant gem and put a new one in. That's what you're saying.
that's
Yep.
an
It's not
upgrade.
very
Maybe
sustainable.
multiple heads.
It's really hard. Okay.
The battlefield is
Well,
littered with used gems.
The split flower will again fire its. It begins to glow again with energy, and another beam of energy emits from it.
Its laser just
That's
isn't as intimidating
Northeast.
anymore.
I guess not until it hits us
Dude,
in the
It hit
face.
us a minute ago and it hurt.
I didn't take any damage.
Oh!
There's nothing wrong with your side of the boat.
I mean, this time you're gonna, because that is in fact
Oh!
8 energy damage.
Oh!
Hey. All right,
Yikes.
so
So as you turn and kind of your cranial laser burns down Slippery Shark, functioning at the same moment, the Splitfire releases a beam of energy at your back, and the Megazord kind of staggers forward.
I know,
All
you can't,
panels explode, and you all
you can't
Eddie's like, "Do you
cross
smell something
two
burning?"
lasers.
Do you smell something burning?
oh wait, no, that's wrong.
Yeah, I should have to take a point.
You should have to take 8 points, but everything else is right, I think. Yes.
I trust you. All right.
right, Megazord.
I'm spent.
Who's next?
No, if I take a point of damage, I'm down to 1 health. But
You are down to
wants-
1 health.
It's
Who
right
wants
there.
to
I see
swing
it.
the sword?
Not
can
me.
we- Can we reach him?
Mm.
We got a 40-foot reach, and he's 60 feet away, so we need to trudge forward 20
Yep.
feet and then swing the sword.
Or, alternative plan, continue to back that badonkadonk up in his general direction.
Okay. I was afraid you were going to say, we leap and fall on him, and I was going to be like, nope.
Flying,
No,
flying
Coda, we do
leap.
not.
Death from above for us.
We do not, Coda. We do not.
We
I
have
am-
too many tons for jump jets.
Mhm.
I'm willing to swing the sword this time. Bring us
I'm
close.
excited. I'm excited about this.
Okay, do it.
I'm just
Thank-
imagining we're like an Atlas mech, and we tried to jump, and which went, punk.
Yeah.
I
we-
can't.
we jump
It
about
was a
like
bad
rock.
idea.
I
Someone
can
else
move us
left.
forward.
All
Where
right.
you want to be, or somewhere else?
Yeah, anywhere that's close enough.
You're within range.
The
I'll
Death
be
Star
swinging
has
this.
now cleared the system.
Mm.
Using all the strength remaining in the little yellow leg that used to be a mighty battle cat.
I believe in you.
You're still
I'll-
a mighty battle cat. You're just
I'll use one of our specializations because I think we want to crit quite badly.
That would be real nice.
It's true. Oh. Ooh.
What difficulty is he?
He is an 18.
Hmm.
Mm.
I think our cranial lasers are
Hmm.
true. Trump card. Ah.
Ugh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Wow, and you rolled like 3 crits on the skill too.
So basically, if we use
we
the
have any
story
more
point,
story
it'd be a 50-50 shot that we'd get a crit.
I
think it's worth it. It's worth
it. Do it.
Reroll ones.
So
Do
it
it.
only lets us reroll a 1.
Yeah.
Do I have a special power? Maybe I have a power.
I don't know. Do you have power?
Ooh.
So
I love
do you?
powers.
Power.
Let's see.
Is
My
it the
name
power of being a
Felix.
ninja?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I've got the power.
Okay, I'm rolling for fun, but I don't actually get to use like my acute perk on the roll because that doesn't affect the Zord. I don't
Mm.
think.
I believe that's correct.
I believe that is correct.
Ron, everything you do is cute.
Oh, thank you.
Mm.
All right, well I'll let it stand on that comment then. And unfortunately, we miss again.
Ugh.
It's okay. We're winding up for next turn.
That's true. I
What
shouldn't have
could go
tried
wrong?
to wield it like a stick. It's obviously a two-handed sword, so we should leave it in the hands of our two-handed sword fighter.
Do we
Well-
have one of those?
Yes, it's me.
It's a me.
The Splitfire rushes forward and attacks you with both of its claws.
Is this showing mercy?
No, it's out of its 3 times the scene laser attack.
Oh yeah.
Mines? That
No
made him
mercy,
run empty.
just a scene limit.
Well, thank you for game designers then.
Right?
3 times is way too many.
No, it's the exact right amount.
It's the exact right amount
What
to
is
make us
your
feel very
total?
threatened.
It's 22.
Woo!
Get one of those. One of these.
But we
Woo!
can survive 2 sharp. We're fine.
You lots of sparks, but again, its claws seem to be not strong enough to pierce your mighty armor.
This time.
If we're gonna take this thing down, somebody's better come up with a plan and quick.
My plan is hit it with a sword.
Do it, Rossi. I
We
turn
believe in
around
you.
and give you like a yeah, you got this.
Oh,
I'm in.
Someone is editing the Megazord as I'm attempting to swing the.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
It's just
I'm not
editing
hitting
all
a
the
mo-
numbers in
I'm
it.
talking about hitting a moving target.
Hey, Ben, look at that 1 you rolled. No, that's the split flower.
That's the bad guy.
That's the flower. I'm going to be specialized in sorting.
Sorry,
Excellent.
I'm hearing the sound of something coming up, and I'm just assuming that that's it.
And the difficulty is 18. We decided last turn.
18.
All right.
Oh!
Crushing.
Oh!
Ah.
So close.
Oh! You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
So
Keep
So I'm
saying that.
starting to think the once per scene of the sword is just for mercy.
Wait, when we pulled it off, it was amazing.
I think
Right,
we
but
was
we always
pretty
pulled it off on the
amazing.
first swing, though.
we should stop using it. That's clearly it's just a trap. We're being we're trying to put all of our hopes and dreams into this one mega weapon. Oh!
Oh
Oh!
no.
Oh no!
Wait,
Not like
that
this.
was unexpected.
Well, the good news is that it
there
doesn't
good
get to our
news?
leg. The bad news is that now our left arm is down to 1 hit point as well.
Oh my.
Oh, we need that to wield the sword.
We do.
Luckily, the second claw hits. So the first claw scrapes across your chest and kind of injures your one of the arms of the mech.
I'm sorry. Did you say we needed that arm to wield the obvious trap that we keep trying to swing?
I mean, like, so here's the thing, friends.
So define Arvius Trap. It's the same number of dice to hit with as the other weapon.
And
Yeah, it
yes,
just deals 9 damage instead of 2. Like, there's no reason for us to stop using it
That's fair.
until it's broken, which is when it hits.
When we smash it over their heads.
Right.
So I think who's left to try to swing the sword? Clearly, we need someone.
Paige.
Hey!
Paige! We believe in you!
Paige!
Daniel,
You can do it!
Daniel,
It could be- yeah.
you're our only hope.
I mean,
I'm
literally.
your only hope. You are Ensign.
You're the only one that can reach the button anymore. The rest of us have been bodily
That's
thrown
true.
from our chairs.
Exactly.
It's
All right.
true.
So. Okay. So I just hit Power Sword.
Just hit power sword, but you should talk it up first.
All right, so Daniel grabs the controls of the wildly bucking Megazord, leans in with all his might, and says, "Come on, this has got to be it!" It hits the lever.
Okay.
Do we have any story points left?
We have 1 story point.
One story point.
Ooh, do we go for the specialization?
I
Or do
think
we save for the
Reroll.
defense since
If we
we're
all
about to
use
fall
them,
apart if we get
It'd
hit
be
again?
unfair to not. Well, it should be Daniel's call.
I'm going to use it for the specialization because I
Whoop,
like rolling a big handful of dice.
Big handfuls of dice are the best.
Yeah.
Yes!
No,
Yep.
no change on our skill shifts. Difficulty is 22,
18.
18. We're at normal.
Hey! Critical success, even.
Well,
Not actually a critical
I
success.
could
It's
not
20
have
on the
gotten
die.
it on.
It's misdetect the D2 as one.
Daniel saved us!
That's right.
sweet.
That's what I
It's
got.
Daniel.
Out of it.
Daniel pushes the
The heart of the party.
control forward,
Yes.
and there's a the energy along the sword kind of glints as it traces a line through the air and through the split power, which falls to the ground.
Oh.
Defeated.
Whew.
I have a headache.
Is it a victory headache? Is it a headache from the rush of destroying a foe?
No, it's because I got back to bulkhead here when we took that big hit.
Mhm.
You
You're
fight
wearing a
better
helmet,
with
right?
a lump in your head.
We all have traumatic brain injuries now.
Yeah.
It's
So let's all get artichoke risotto.
fine.
And I believe
What does that have
that
to do with
makes
anything?
everybody level 6.
Woo!
Oh yeah, 2 for the price of 1, baby.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we got up this far, but we did.
I will say though, I have questions. Why did those things come back only much bigger?
I think we'll find the answers
On the moon.
The moon.
Quick,
I've always suspected the moon.
level up.
The
It's a
Earth
big
goddess
problem.
might be sending us there for staves and
Ooh.
things, but we're really going for answers.
That's deep.
We're going the distance.
We're going for speed.
All alone.
But there's 5.
Yeah.
How are we all
Gareth
alone? There's
Mead?
5 of us.
Yes, but we're all alone.
That's deep, man. That's deep.
That's how
Hey
deep
y'all,
this
at
works.
6th level or 5th level, I get penetrating shot,
Ooh.
which allows me to use all of my volley shots on a single target, getting a upshift for every additional shot I would take on the enemy. So I don't
Nice.
know that it necessarily deals more damage, but it is much better at getting through the armor.
Yeah, much more accurate.
Much more
Yeah.
accurate.
Cool.
Hmm.
And as we saw, sometimes accuracy is not a bad thing to have.
Mhm.
What?
I also get a group shot, which allows me to do some
Which
things.
allows you to take a picture of all of us for Insta.
So it allows me to shoot an arrow and then have it burst into a bunch of little arrows that rain death from above.
Nice.
That is
So
awesome.
it's a 10 by 10 foot AOE.
Ooh.
Nice. What else do people get on level 5s and 6s?
Well, level 5, I get an extra attack, which is always exciting.
Ooh.
Amazing.
I get 2 more personal power points, which is really a big deal because that power point economy, that's rough. And I get another point of strength, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
I
You
also,
putting that into hitting people with axes?
I mean, probably.
It's no.
If it doesn't make me go
accident.
faster, I might as well do that.
I also get extra attack. In addition, my special martial arts attack is now a mighty D4 instead of a D2. So at least I have a shot of critting people with it. I get a little bit more power capacity. My not quite useful yet strike bonus power goes up. And I get a speed increase, which is my attack stat. So I'm happy.
Excellent.
I become smarter and faster,
Ooh.
which means my technology is now a D6 and my targeting is now a D6.
Nice.
Nice.
Plus, I get a Zord feature and a grid power.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to dig into those.
So for my Zord feature, there's one called Upgraded Zord, and there's the Thunder upgrade, which is +1 speed, +1 skill level to driving, increase all attack damage by 1. And I can't figure out what's wrong with that.
Seems like nothing.
My grid power is Power Shield, and I would like to read you Power Shield for our at-home audience. Once I find it. Power Shield. You can draw the protective nature of the Morphin Grid around one of your hands, creating a shield. By spending 1 power point to summon the shield, granting the wielder a +2 bonus to toughness. The shield is a physical object that can be transferred to others and last until you return to your normal form. So the big question is it a shield or the shield? Can I use multiple power points to give shields to multiple people? At this point in time, I think Betty and I are the only people that would use them.
And I've chosen to go faster.
As always.
Yes.
So wait, if you're red, does that mean you're Knuckles?
And if
Are
I'm blue, does
you-
that mean I'm Sonic?
Are you
I
voiced
guess.
by Idris Elba?
I mean,
Oh,
one
I'll
can
be
only
so
hope.
lucky.
That's actually what Idris Elba looks like.
Ooh. What other? Everybody gets a Zord feature. What other Zord features are we looking at?
Well, given how we're being slapped around so much, I'm going to take the extra attack, so I can attack even more. Hopefully,
Excellent.
drop the enemies before they drop us.
That's a good one.
Always a good plan.
Well, it's interesting because the pterodactyl already has movement boosters, which was what gave it flight. I could take movement boosters again to get an additional 30-foot speed or movement. That might not be terrible, since apparently getting places is the whole thing.
So I would like to point out, because this is in the Zord section and not the roll section, that on page 134, gaining Zord health and skills, the Zord grows with every 5th level gained by their Power Ranger. Different from Zord features that Power Rangers gain as they increase in level. These increase in natural growth between a Zord and their Ranger. A Zord is linked to a Power Ranger gains one of the following Ranger's choice at 5th level, which is +1 health, +1 armor toughness bonus, 10 feet of movement,
Ooh.
1 extra die to driving, 1 extra die to initiative, or 1 extra damage.
That's pretty amazing.
So that's in addition to the Zord features that we were picking.
So you get one of those?
One of
Yes.
those.
Okay.
So, Andrew, I would like to point out a feature of the Zord, one of the Zord features.
Go on.
Oh no, never mind. Never mind. I take it back. You don't qualify for it.
I mean,
There's
I
one-
was looking. Go ahead.
There's one that grants edge to allies who attack a target already attacked by you in the same round. And since
Oh.
you always go first, that would be highly efficient, but you have to have ninja power first.
Ah, sure.
I was actually looking at that one as well, Paige.
We don't go fast enough.
It's true, but there are some other really good powers in the ninja powered Zord list.
Oh no!
Well, there goes Paige.
Yep.
Hmm.
Goodbye, Paige.
Well,
Yes, it was nice
this
knowing
just continues to be a stream of comedy and errors.
It's okay. It's okay. I was
Yeah.
also looking at hardened chassis.
I would
Since
like
that-
to point out that was the cat's fault.
That works.
Both the cats are on the tree.
No,
So
Liam
I was
messing
looking at
around
hardened
with
chassis,
Okay.
which gives you a +1 to strength and a +2 to armor for toughness, and adds a +1 to the Megaform armor bonus toughness, which I think is a pretty good combination overall.
That's true.
Because the only other thing to look, well, this is actually kind of similar, is the upgraded Zord, which the Super Zeo upgrade gives you +2 toughness, +2 health, and a shift to range attacks. But I think I'll go with the hardened chassis.
Now, Joe, I am curious. I can't help but notice that one of the Zord features is 0G. If we're going to the moon,
the moon.
that feels like it might be pertinent to our interests.
I have some news to you about the moon, my friend.
it.
Go on.
Like
got a little-
4G.
There's a little bit of G up in there.
So the
I've been
0G allows the Zord to become space capable, right? But you currently do have a vehicle you believe can take you to the moon.
That's fair. And just for reference in my defense, I was thinking more of the space between those two things. So.
Oh, you wanted to just fly up in style in your pterodactyl Zord. The rest of us hanging
I'm
off
sorry. I'm
outside
sorry.
like lampreys.
Were the rest of you not gonna fly your Zords to the moon?
Oh, I got a
Why-
steam-powered super glider. I got
For the
this.
record, the moon is 0.16.
.1, man, that's pretty low.
0.16. That is a rounding
I mean,
error to
six-
0 G.
No. It's 16% of G,
Mm.
which
Fancy.
is not 0, but not a lot.
Very fancy.
So has everybody picked their Zord feature?
I am debating many things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pleased with my extra attack. I'll never regret that as I lie in a broken helmet.
Never
Right.
once.
You know what? I think I'm going to have to go with the ninja-powered Shining Light upgrade, which means that
Ooh.
all ranged attacks against the pterodactyl will receive a snag.
Mm.
That's good. It's almost like being a ninja's awesome.
Yup.
But I'm going to be a ninja soon, so I'm not jealous.
Soon.
Soon.
2 more levels.
All right. Thunder upgrade.
I think as far as my grid power goes, I'm actually going to take Repair Zord.
Mm.
Yeah, I was looking at that one as
Because
well.
it's a little expensive, but it's pretty powerful. Because if another one of our components gets down to 1, like I happened to this time,
Mhm.
being able to heal that up seems good.
Now,
Here-
just out of curiosity, would you prefer it if somebody with more power points take that?
Yeah, I was going to ask, Ron. I could take that because I got 4 power points at this point.
I also have 4 power points.
You can be a ninja!
If
mean-
we got a general perk, we could.
Well,
That's the thing. You guys had good timing.
Yeah.
So I do have 4 now. So some other people might have even more, I guess.
I have 5.
Woo.
Fancy.
Look at me, I'm so fancy.
I mean, you could all pick up Machine Merge so you can all ride on top of your Zords looking like a badass like Tommy did.
Hot.
I mean,
Nah.
it is super
Nah.
cool. But in space, there won't be anyone to wink at, I don't think. Not that they can see through the helmet
Yeah, I mean,
anyway.
like, with the mask thing, it makes it really hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Alright, where is this repair Zord? Okay, there we go.
maybe we all just take Repair Zord, and then we'll never lose another Zord fight again.
I mean,
You didn't lose the last one, to be fair.
it is. I don't know. I think I'm going to take it, but I kind of agree with Coda that if 1 or 2 other people also took it, I don't think it would be bad for our comp at all.
Yeah, I'll take it because that's a grid power, right?
Yeah. And it's kind of nice because once we combine, that's something we can still use our power points on.
Yep.
I'm gonna take faster regeneration
That's good.
because
Um,
I end up spending a lot of my points healing people, and if I go down, that's a problem.
Fair.
So here's a question. There's a grid power that is called Power Strike.
Yep.
While using your summoned power weapon, you can push energy into one of its attacks. You may spend between 1 and 3 power when making an attack action. If it hits, the target suffers some 1 additional energy per power spent. How would that stack with, say, my AoE attack with my power weapon? Would that be additional damage against all targets within the AoE? Because the group strike is spend a power point to roll an attack against all targets within the area.
So that becomes the question of: are you taking the attack action, or are you taking a class action or roll action?
I guess that would be a roll action, wouldn't it?
What it would work on your bow's innate multiple attack power that causes you to take the downshift.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. That one might not be terrible. Having a multiple high potential damage attack seems good.
Yeah. Especially when we're fighting 4 health minions.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, yeah, alpha striking is good, but then you wouldn't be able to use your other powers, for the
Right.
rest of the scene.
Because of those pesky power limitations.
Yeah. But I mean, if you've just dropped, half the bad guys, I don't think you'll be too sad.
All right, I think I'm gonna do it.
Cool. So when you all return to the command center, Billy and Alpha are there to greet you. Billy says, "I'm glad to see that your fight was successful. That was particularly challenging."
Ow.
Yes, it was.
It was.
Ow.
I'm all bruised. That was really awful.
Billy, why did those things come back at such a large size? We've already defeated them once.
It seems something strange is going on in the grid. They seem to almost emerge again as more powerful versions of themselves.
So if we let them defeat us, would we emerge as giant skyscraper versions of ourselves? And we can just rampage?
I don't know that you should chance it, to be honest.
It is a little risky sounding.
Risky business.
Maybe we could draw straws.
Let's put that idea in the back burner for now.
Well, I've had Alpha start preparing what you'll need to travel on the moon safely. He's working on a environmental sealing for each of your armors. As long as he's working on that, I think if there's any upgrades you want to any of your other equipment, I think now would be the time to do it. Once you go to the moon, we're not going to be able to do much. I and Alpha are not going to be able to do much for you, right? We're not going to be able to teleport you off the moon or anything like that. The only way you'll be able to get back is the same way you got up there on those sleds.
Or in someone's super awesome moon-capable Zord.
I mean, sure, if a person had such a thing.
Man, that'd be pretty slick. Get a nice paint job on it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do they do that kind of thing?
I mean, they can't. They don't because
Oh.
nobody has that.
No.
That's the
unfortunate.
dream.
That's right. You had made noises about taking that, but didn't actually take it, did you?
It's true. I did make noises about it.
See, this is what I get for listening to your noises.
Mhm.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ouch.
What? I listened to you. I don't know why that hurts.
That was his
like,
first mistake.
Mhm.
Like, should I stop paying attention to you?
I think that'd be
Like,
best.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother level of mean.
You know, I have been thinking about maybe making some changes to this bow. I've done a lot of research on like how modern bows are made. I want to try some of this out.
Of course.
Joe, I want to try and make my bow more aerodynamic.
What?
Or no, that wasn't the one I was doing. Power weapon element.
You want to be able to throw your bow really good.
Yeah.
Somebody's back. Take
Sorry,
that.
which one do you actually want?
The power weapon element damage assignment, or the Poeta. That's what I'm gonna go with.
The Poeta?
It's literally called power weapon element damage assignment, which just seems like a mouthful.
I think you just say, when you want to say it, you just say the entire thing.
Ugh.
Well, so what does
This
that do?
one,
What does that do for your weapon?
allows me to change the energy damage type of my power weapon to whatever is specific for my ranger color, which for pink ranger is double the energy damage.
Ah, interesting.
It's a standard availability, which means on a power bow, which is already a... Where's my power bow? On here. Sorry, I had this. Power bow is also a standard weapon. Limited weapon. All right, so limited meet standard is turning it into a limited weapon, which means I have to roll a difficulty 10 roll.
You can. So as I said earlier, you'll get your first limited for free without a roll.
Okay.
Well, I would like to take advantage of it to
Mhm.
make my fighting sticks rumbling, which since they do not possess an energy trait, they will give them the sonic trait,
Ooh.
which will allow me for a somewhat significant 2 downshift penalty, attack someone directly in their willpower.
Ooh.
Ooh, interesting.
Given how tough some of the enemies we've been fighting, I feel like an alternative method of attack will come in
Just-
handy.
Directly in the stick to their will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would that would have been very effective against both of those enemies who were fighting before.
I think I would like to take manipulative, which is perhaps not what it sounds like, because it was like Ron thinks weapon sounds manipulative. I'm gonna hit you in the brain. Manipulative means I can perform a maneuver on someone. It allows me to physically manipulate a target. The weapon can be used equally well to grapple, shove, or trip a target. And the thing is, manipulative just requires a weapon without a maneuver alternative effect. So now my blade blasters can have trip, shove, or grapple.
Excellent.
Awesome. I'm excited for the grappling gun.
Yes.
I'm excited for it.
Well, no. This is clearly just her blade blasters in sword form.
Wait, what?
Nope.
I don't think that's her intention.
Nope. It's my intention is to shoot grappling energy at people. I don't know.
I love it. Just
Nice.
the chains that bind.
Yep.
Oh, I bet you shoot out little triceratops chains out of your gun.
Or
Oh, that'd be
like
cool.
3 horns, like out of my gun, and then
Mhm.
it throws the chain.
Oh, your gun shoots horns that shoot chains.
Yes.
Awesome.
That
Now
sounds
that's an
great.
upgrade I can get behind.
Yes.
All right, Black Ranger, are you going to make your sword like the even gigantic?
Can I make it more gigantic?
I don't know.
You tell me.
I mean, yes. Obviously, yes.
So I was looking at giving it the.
Ooh, a flashlight. Very cool.
You could make it extended. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that would make it a bigger sword, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What?
You'd
wait a
look
minute.
like what's that anime?
What does reach do?
Extends the reach.
It says the reach. So you can attack from another 5 feet away, or whatever
Nice.
your reach is. I might do that as a standard upgrade after my other upgrade, because that would be hilarious. Because then it'd be like a Buster sword, power sword.
Yeah, you're doing straight up Dark Souls at that point, just walking around with a giant sword on your shoulder.
Yes. So what I was going to go for was, when I level up, I get a point of social and a point of strength. And I was considering putting my strength points into the sword specialization, and then taking the tasing trait to give it electric, which gives it +1 to hit. So I would get specialized and +1 to hit in one level up, which would be
Doesn't
nice.
your sword have an energy trait?
Oh, does it?
So wait a minute, Ben. Are you telling me that it's electric?
I mean, maybe. Let's find out. I have an energy attack. I don't have an energy trait. I have sharp and silent.
Nice.
I was there with you, Coda.
Thank you, Paige.
I think we had a discussion saying that as long as you weren't using something that used the energy trait, you could apply these other things. But, that's up to the DM or GM after all.
You know me, I'm a real stickler.
I can tell.
Real stickler.
So you said, Joe, that we get our first one free, but we can do more than one?
You can do more than one. That's true. You'll just have to roll for after the first one, and your first one has to be either standard or limited.
Sure. Can I try to add a scope onto my bow as well? It would continue to be a limited difficulty, so it's only a difficulty 10 roll.
Yeah, do it to it.
Problem is I don't actually know what I'm rolling here.
You rolled the pertinent skill for the weapon, I believe.
Yep.
Gotcha.
That's how it is in G.I. Joe, at least.
Like an attack, or like a.
Yeah, like an attack, basically.
Like an attack.
Okay. Let me roll that. Let me roll that thing.
We're all out of story points.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me get you one of those back.
Boy.
What's the bad stuff for fumbling here, Joe?
No,
Do I
Bo.
get to know before I decide to reroll, or
You can't reroll. We
You
don't
can't
have any
reroll.
story
You're out of
points.
story points.
But I've got abilities that let me reroll.
You should probably do one of those.
Okay, so Joe, I, as a tragic background, am not
That's right.
gonna let my past define me.
Mm.
I'm capable
Ooh.
of anything,
Stay
even
strong.
putting a scope on a bow.
Even that very thing.
Amazing.
Hey, much better.
Got 9 additional.
You have
Woo!
a bow scope.
A bob.
This bow,
Bope, yeah.
this scope reminds me of that one time that Dad was showing me how to put a scope on a bow before he disappeared.
Mm.
So, well, sorry. Was there anything else for you? All right. So Betty is in one corner, and she is applying, much like,
Nobody puts
Rossi.
Betty in the corner.
right? Well, no, she's at work. She's the workbench.
Oh.
She's applying the same sort of tasing electricity because it's really great because she's really bad at hitting things.
Yeah. High five.
Yay!
Accuracy for electricity.
So that's a limited, and
I
then
can see all high-fiving like because you're bad at hitting.
right. You need
We're not
electricity for all things.
stormtroopers. Come on.
And then she's also adding sort of this thin line of green acridness along it for the corrosive feature, which is also limited. So I'm guessing that means the target number for this is also a 10, right?
It is.
Excellent. Let's see if she can actually.
Did that give it an energy trait? The electricity give it an energy trait?
No, because it's electricity.
Yeah, the weapon gains the. Oh, wait a minute. Tasing says, yeah, it gains the electric trait, which
Yeah.
is a type of energy.
Now, wait a minute, Andrew.
So
You're
at
adding.
this point, you would need to add the restricted upgrade, and I think there's one that does that. So there's cold, fire, sonic, laser, indirect, electric. So it looks like you would need to add corrosive first. And
Okay.
then you could add electricity as restricted to restricted, so it would be a prototypical upgrade, so it would have a difficulty of 20.
Ooh, that is challenging. Good thing there's a story point out there for me to use now.
There is not.
There's not. Oh, all right, because he uses ability. Right. Okay.
Right.
Forgot about that. Well, you know what? YOLO, I think, is the term I'm looking for here.
Yellow.
So this is standard might. Betty is also busily painting this thing all kinds of interesting colors,
Excellent.
wild purples and yellows and greens. But let's just see if this roll goes off like I intended to. Target's a 20, right? What could
Yes.
go wrong? What could go wrong?
I mean, so much.
Hey!
Good job, Andrew.
So now that it is both electric and acid, she will finish the paint job by painting further on it, and will further pick it up and say, "Hey, everybody, welcome to the electric Kool-Aid acid test."
You went a long way for that, but it was good. He was very good.
All the way around.
Yeah.
Did that, Betty?
Yeah.
Electric acid?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
I trust you.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try to do the same thing.
You're gonna add little acid to that.
Well,
No,
so
Arasi, don't follow Betty's lead. Oh no, they are already doing it.
the good news is
Yeah.
I've already seen Betty do it, so I'm going to ask Betty to help me.
Hot. Yeah, just do it this way.
Oh, that's
Great.
a good idea.
At
That's
this
perfect
point-
for me.
Max just shakes her head and just leaves the two to their own devices.
Seems like a great idea.
What could go wrong?
Nothing.
You can ruin your blades.
So don't have a skill shift. My difficulty is also 20.
Can I assist?
Sure.
That's what Betty's. Oh yeah. I guess you can get multiple assists.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Nice.
I refuse to take part in this silliness.
I'm just worried I'll get some electric acid on me,
Yeah.
Wow.
Electric acid, baby. Oh,
If you're
yeah.
gonna
which
have
I think
acid,
is the worst type of acid. But I'm waiting to see what comes out of this.
Right. Hold on to your butts. Neither of you give edge when assisting, do you?
Nope,
Well,
I'm not
all
that
right.
good.
That's fine.
That's
Only
you.
you are.
No,
that
no!
Oh.
I do not have a reroll.
good.
So,
Oh, Rossi. The good news is we got a story point.
It was a
Yay.
beautiful thought. It was a beautiful thought.
Yay, honey, you got a story point.
I don't want a story point. I want a cool sword. No.
Ooh, now someone else
Frosty.
can use the story point.
Trying to live the dream.
Right. Life is hard.
Well, that sucks. All right.
Roll the dice.
That is
Alright.
the flip side of the requisition system.
Mhm.
Sometimes you don't get
Yes.
what you requisition.
But sometimes you might get just what you need.
So, how many? This doesn't exist in Power Rangers, but it does in GI Joes. So, how many upgrade attempts do we have?
Well, I would think after the fumble you're done.
I think he said we got just
Here's
one
another question.
on top of the free one.
Could I take their sword and attempt the upgrade myself?
You'd have to roll the sword skill though. So
You have to roll the
wouldn't
sword
be
skill.
very
What is
good
the
at it.
sword
you.
skill?
Might.
Might.
Now, for
Right.
I retract the question.
Like that's what stops
I
that kind of stuff.
I yield my remaining time
Right.
to the great state of Illinois.
Au revoir. See ya.
All right. Well, this is fun.
okay,
Which is
so
fine, like say.
just
Mhm.
for people listening at home, Dragon Slayer is correct. As per the rules written on 114, the roll to upgrade a weapon can be made once per visit to the command center.
Mm.
If unsuccessful, an attempt can be made again on a different day.
Hmm.
Additionally, you must leave the weapon being upgraded at the command center for 1d20 days at a time in order to create the weapon.
I think that's really the limiting factor, right?
Well, I
is
mean,
that
that's the 1d20 days it takes to get the upgrade on our suits.
Mhm.
Right?
also, yeah.
Because those are being upgraded so that we don't die in vacuum.
Although, interestingly, it then follows up all of that with, if you choose to keep your weapon and simply request a new weapon, the difficulty of the request goes up by 10.
Ooh.
Ah, interesting.
Mm.
Well, I think we all just agreed we'd all try once, regardless
Right.
of the D20 rolls.
I
and we
agree.
didn't let someone put it back in because then we'd have to wait D20 from then, and then it just
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'd
just
never get out of there.
Yep.
makes sense.
Okay. Well, I think that's a good round to upgrade in there. And that leaves us at the end of the hour.
Next
So
stop,
we will,
the moon.
next stop, the
moon.
moon.
The moon.
Well, wait a minute. Before we
What?
get there, Ron, are you going to try a second upgrade? Because you did your first one for free, which means you have one remaining. And there's
Oh,
a
I
story
You're
point
right.
sitting around.
You're
One
right.
remaining as
And if
well.
I can't win, I want you to.
I was
Aw.
gonna say, Ben is he's hoping. He's like,
All right,
rooting
what do
for
I
ya.
want to get? I want to get something cool. How
The
about
upgrade beast must be defeated.
I'm gonna keep trying the indirect thing, and I'm going to make
Mhm.
my weapon scary.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hmm.
So
What does that do?
I'll be able to intimidate.
Oh man, now it makes so much sense as to why your sticks threaten people's willpower.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna double down on that theme.
I like it.
Nice.
So I believe that's
Just like fire and little skulls on the end.
they're just an empty blackness, and the more you look at it, the more
Ooh.
like kind of weird you feel.
Nihilism?
And,
Nihilistic existentialism is what
Wait,
it.
are you
Ooh.
referring to the bagel?
No, y'all.
I
Is
got
this one
that.
of those things where, like, when you look
Excellent.
into the void that is those sticks, like, you get that vertigo sensation of falling forever into the emptiness?
Ooh.
We
That's pretty
saw
scary.
That is pretty
everywhere-
scary.
Everything, everywhere, all at once last night. So
Excellent.
Only to realize.
so
the
good.
bagel, the bagel.
It was so good.
Don't
It was
don't
really
say
good.
anything else.
Yeah, it's spoilers page.
It's so much better if people go into it blind.
Yeah.
100%.
On the internet of all things. What were you thinking?
All right, so I'll shamelessly use that story point because we're gonna get them back.
And I mean, if we're helping, I'll help you out.
It was hard earned.
No
Since I'm a
skill
teacher,
shows.
I can teach you not to fail like I did.
Oh no.
You were very illustrative.
You were.
So you get
Booyah!
There we
Wow.
go.
I now wield sticks terrifying in
You
their
Dude, I'm a little scared just
visage.
over here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm also very
This
scared.
is what it takes to confront the moon.
Oh,
So
no.
You're just
Y'all,
gonna make them give up without having even to shed a drop of blood, is really what I'm hearing.
Y'all, we had it wrong the entire time. They're not
What?
sticks that are void.
Uh huh.
They are sticks that are void cats.
Oh, aw.
Aw.
I could never hit with void cats. though.
You don't have to. They see them and it just
They just
wears
attack.
away their willpower.
Yeah.
That's
And
true.
also their face as your void cats rip them to shreds.
Like I saw somebody throw dearly beloved Fluffy Cat at a sleeping David Leader's stomach once, and let me assure you,
It was terrifying.
it's a very effective
Okay.
weapon.
I'm gonna do our outro, and we can move to Porch Flag where we can have this conversation.
Truth.
Where this conversation belongs.
Ugh.
I would like to extend a huge thank you to everyone who's watching on YouTube or Twitch or listening on wherever podcasts are sold. We greatly appreciate all of you following us on all these platforms. Let your friends know about us. Always really great. Also, a huge thank you to Brian Shoto for our intro video and Neil Stenson for the amazing music. You all are the best. We'll be back next week, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and follow us.
To adventure! Adventurer.
Rawr. Rawr.
Rawr.
Porch Flag time now.
Side note, maybe we won't be back next week. We hope to be though.
We really do.
We really
do. So circling back to, do we want to circle back to my thing from the safety tools that I said look up, or do we want to talk about any rules that we might have messed up first?
I have no rules related notes.
Yeah, why don't you hit
Good.
Us, hit us up
I
with
don't
the
either.
safety tool.
Because we're
I like safety.
perfect.
Yay!
Up
That
until the Renegade or Power Rangers RPG Discord goes, why didn't you do blah? And I'll be like, I got
I mean,
I'm
we are
sorry.
doing a lot of rule bending in general, so
I'm
We're
sorry.
having fun.
Yes.
I'm already hyping up on the Power Rangers Renegade Discord about how you should definitely not fall on things with your sword.
Yeah, that was learning.
That was unpleasant.
That was a little painful. I'm not gonna lie.
It was not how I was expecting those rules to play out.
Well, the
Why-
thing is,
like-
what's up?
Okay, just thematically, those mechanics are super interesting because we've managed to fall on our head, both arms, both feet, and our chests simultaneously.
Yeah, like I said, we just belly flopped.
Yeah, it was absolutely.
I was not intending for us to do a belly flop. Like, I at least wanted to do a belly flop with our power sword facing down.
So it turns out the aerodynamic.
People's elbow.
Yeah, turns out the aerodynamics of a falling Megazord are super poor. You do not get to decide the attitude of it as it actually makes its final approach.
Yeah, that
Well,
was.
that seems like a flaw in the robotics design.
Well, did you not read the label that said "Do not make this Megazord airborne"?
Do not
The
drop
problem
some
is
great
my cat
height.
is only
Yep.
1/5 of it. If the rest of you guys had cat Zords, we wouldn't have this
It would be
problem.
different.
My
True,
sword
true.
can literally fly.
Yeah, but you're not nearly strong enough to get the fat badonkadonk we got.
So the problem is that yes, your Zord can fly, and your jets are really good for the size of your Zord. But when you put that Zord into the chest piece of four other Zords,
Like
Yep.
absolutely
It becomes
no
a
air
problem.
braking whatsoever.
There's nothing
No,
left.
zero
I would
air
like
braking.
To just
Yep.
mentally bring a picture to your minds about the aerodynamic qualities of both a mastodon and a triceratops.
Yep.
Both of which form the butt.
If we had only picked more
Donk. Whoop, whoop.
Actually,
airborne
it's-
type of Zords, then we could have formed a more airborne type of Zord.
so it's actually you and Felix who are the feet. I'm the arms.
I know.
Okay.
But part of that arm extends down to the badonk.
I mean, those
It's the
muscles
whole
run
left
all
side
the
of
way
spine.
down.
Yeah.
Yup.
So I did.
Till we
So
go sacral crest, you know.
So yes, I have two things. One, I did fail reading comprehension. So we didn't fail this rule, but we didn't actually use it because I got busy calculating how much we were falling. But whenever a creature falls, they're allowed to try to mitigate the falling damage by rolling with the impact if the GM believes is possible. So I need to
Okay.
ask Joe that first, and then we would make a athletics or acrobatic skill test with a difficulty equal to 10 plus the damage suffered. So it would have been a 12, which we probably could have handled.
Yeah, you probably could have made it 12.
It's not impossible.
I would
And-
again also argue that we have all of the cartilaginous bone of a melasma brank under us. It's like built-in cushion.
And so, if we were successful, the damage would be halved, so it would have been 1 across the board instead of 2 across the board. So that would have been very helpful.
Yeah, but it still just mathematically doesn't work out because you still only did 2 damage to your enemy.
And
And like since you later crit him with the cranial laser, none of that damage mattered because he had 6 hit points remaining, and you crit him for 12. So
Excellent.
Hey.
We need that, man. I wish we
Amazing.
could have had a grid power extra cranial laser charge.
Ooh.
Basically, that grid power is you're just carrying around an extra head, and you replace your head. Because the laser is like a whole big part of it.
Yup.
Anyways,
Yep. Whole thing just burns out in one
Well, how
shot.
about instead of my cat turning into a leg, I turn it
Yeah.
into an extra head,
so
and we just hippity hop
amusingly,
around.
There is a power
And have
like
multiple
that, but
heads.
it doesn't give you extra brain attacks. Circling back to our early conversation about safety tools, let me go ahead and share this in the chat.
Yes. Falling with
Um,
style. This is correct.
So earlier I talked about the X card and the red, yellow, green cards that are built into every Roll20 game that you can turn on. So the other one that I just learned about today is called Stars and Wishes.
Ooh.
Stars and Wishes is designed to be positive and affirming, a way for players and GMs to give constructive feedback to each other in post game without feeling called out. When a player gives a star to someone else, they describe a moment of the game they really appreciated. Good role playing, clever tactic, considerate behavior, etc. When a player shares a wish with the rest of the table, they describe something they'd like to see more of in future games. So it's nice to see a safety tool that is positive rather than reactive, or I don't want to say safety tools are limiting, but it's nice to see one that is positive and constructive in addition to ones that are
safety tools are
safety.
I mean, safety tools are very much a stop this thing right now. This is much more of a hey, what? Tell me I'm wrong. Take it back.
Sometimes...
Literally.
Go ahead.
Yeah, why don't you finish your thought, because I have an idea along the roll end of pages, I think.
Sure. Like, safety tools are a protection mechanism. This is a critique mechanism, which is softened. Right? That's how I view them as different.
Mhm.
Sure. So
I would say that safety tools are not always stop this right now.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I agree
there are
with Paige
things-
there.
That's fair.
There are things like, let's rephrase this and keep going. Like,
That's
if
fair.
somebody's got, like, if their husky dog just died and you're fighting wolves, and somebody's like, this is a little too much like losing my dog, you say centipedes. They were exactly centipedes. And you keep marching ahead. Like, you just change the description. None of the numbers change.
Yeah, that's a good example, I think.
Yeah, or if you have an NPC that's smoking, and somebody's trying to, like, smoking a pipe and somebody's trying to quit, you can say, well, you know, they weren't smoking a pipe, they were actually
chewing gum.
Chewing gum.
There you go.
So it's not always stop. Sometimes it's just alter and move along.
The other thing I wanted to bring up is that when I was looking at this earlier, there's kind of two different kinds of, well, I guess there's three now. There's the positive one, the stars and wishes that we just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
There's an active one that you have at the table, which is like the X card, or like the red, yellow, green cards that we have here in Roll20. And then there are what's called lines and veils, or the consent checklists, which is, hey, before game, generally in your session 0, this is something that I would like to just gloss over. Like, I'm okay with it being in the game, but I don't want it to be a big deal. And so that would be.
And I don't want to see it in detail.
Right. So that would be a veil, and then, like, I don't want to see my characters lose an arm. Like, mutilation's not cool with me. Would be a line. And so,
Sure.
if you have those established ahead of time, you can plan around them as opposed to having them be reactive at the table.
Yep.
So there's like the pre-game, there's the during game, and then the new one adds a post-game type of idea. And I like that there's space for each of those to be involved.
Yeah.
And every table is different. And so some iteration of these, like, it's not one size fits all, so it's good that there are multiple systems.
Yep.
Yeah, especially because you have different play settings, right? Like, if you have one that's like at sort of a con where everything's like very, run and go, versus a longer campaign or a home game like ours, you'd use different tools.
Right. And, like, it's interesting for us because for us as a table, like, we are friendly enough with each other to just call it out as we need it. But, like, definitely when you're playing with strangers at a con, I could see something like this coming in handy. The pre-game one that you talked about, Ben, reminds me of one of my early gaming groups. We had somebody who was, like, deathly arachnophobic, like, just could not. And so we never had, like, spiders in our game.
Yep.
Yeah, there are a number of video games that allow you to turn off spiders, in essence.
Yeah.
No, that
Oh, really?
would be amazing, actually.
Yeah, in I think it's a Satisfactory, right? They have no spiders, and instead the spiders like blobs.
That I did not know that. That's cool.
In the Ninja chat, which you should share on Twitch, Mike or Ben, I put a link to the TTRPG safety toolkit. It talks about lines and veils and EXO and the XNO cards and the Luxton technique and the open doors and breaks. It has a whole bunch of potentially different things for like during the game, before the game, and after the game options, right?
Yeah,
It talks
cool.
about like things like bleed and aftercare, which is stuff that you do to make sure that you know, if you were playing a game that was particularly stressful for your potentially for your friendship, right? You have some mechanism to kind of drain that stress. We've been pretty noble bright since we started streaming on Twitch. Just like as an intentional decision, like we talked about it pretty actively before we started to be pretty noble bright in everything we were doing, just because the universe wasn't when we started. But I can definitely think back to. Like when we were playing Vampire and stuff, where we definitely did some of these things, just kind of naturally, because we've been playing together for a while, to kind of like allow, especially when Paige and I betrayed everyone else in our Vampire game, which was great. We definitely had some after the game discussions about what just happened. So that definitely I think falls into like kind of bleed or aftercare, which is like, hey, how do you de-stress? So like the things that happen in role playing don't continue to echo out.
Yep.
I feel like we've had more than one campaign end with like us all pointing guns at each other, and we as players are just like, well, that's the end.
That's how it goes sometimes.
My favorite one to this day is still so I made a necromancer character in a role-playing game. And I think it was Ben decided that he needed to murder my character because he discovered I was a necromancer. Necromancer was really illegal in the setting.
I think so. Yes.
This was the Malifaux
it ended the
game.
campaign. No. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
That's just sometimes a good place to end a campaign.
That was also Tiger's Malifaux campaign that he ran for us. May it rest in peace.
Sorry, Oslo Tiger. Sorry.
I was playing a monster hunter, and necromancers are monsters.
But you're
So
not wrong.
it was this great, like, are they going to catch each other? And then when they did, it stopped.
It stopped being fun. It was fun for a while, and then it was deadly serious.
I think that's a really good example, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
And definitely a reason why these tools are important.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yep. Sadly, though, with that, it is 10:15 and 5 a.m. is
Real early?
Close.
Oh god.
So close.
Well, in that case, good night, everybody. We love you. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
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 Bye.